recording. We
Sounds good, Edison. Thanks, man. And I appreciate y'all hopping on here. I'll get the ball started unless you guys have anything else you guys want to touch on. I've got a few slides for us, and then Darius is going to give us some updates as well. Um, but I actually want to kick it off with the incoming class. So we had the incoming class with us for about a couple of weeks. We got about 95 students that completed the 2 week program, which includes a Department of Labor component. So
Mm.
one of the things that see, Burb's got a special permission to run the work program, but there are certain things we have to meet, and one of those is a Department of Labor training. That's why the summer is so crucial for any student that's going to attend Burb. They've got to go through this, otherwise they're ineligible to participate in the work study program, and it's hard to enroll them after that. So that's why we really push this program. That's just one part of it. We also get a math teacher and an English teacher to start getting the students accustomed to what a verb classroom is going to feel like. And those two instructors, they're Verbum Dei instructors, so they have a chance to start connecting with verb teachers. And we're talking, I mean, these kids are coming from a ton of different middle schools. Some of them are Catholic schools, but some of them are public schools. So, um, and then the soft skills. If you follow us on Instagram and all the social media, you'll see we had a competition this summer where we gave all the adults raffle tickets to give out to students who would go up to them and have a full, at least 60-second exchange of like, hey, my name is this. What's your name? What do you do here? This is my middle school. This is where I come from. So if they successfully had that exchange, the adults on campus would give them raffle tickets. So, and it was great because at the end of the 2 weeks, it culminates with a job fair where we invite some of the companies, our corporate partners, to interview students. And some of them get hired for positions on the spot. And these positions, of course, are through the program. So it was a great 2 weeks. One of the things we did different, so in the past, we've taken them off campus to do team building skills. We hire a company to run either a ropes course or they'll do just like on the ground team building skills. I decided to pivot, and I did chat with Darius about this in May, and I said, hey, it'd be great if we did a version of that, but on campus. And instead of using another company, we give our coaches a chance to, one, get in front of the incoming class, but two, it gives the students a chance to try out different sports. Um, and I told Coach Gary this. I said, Gary, hopefully you'll pick up on some talent that they haven't yet come out to the field, but you may see something in them that, with a conversation with a coach, you guys know how that is. Like one conversation, they pull you aside, and you're like, oh, I didn't see myself as a football player, as a basketball player, as a golf player, and so that allowed our coaches to be able to see some of the incoming class, which also includes transfers, by the way. So we have football. Coach Gary was out there running some 7v7. Andre Miller made it out too to come talk to the students, say hello, and spend some time at the Verb. We had basketball, we had golf, and we had some soccer as well. So that was a real fun day. It ended with a little pizza party at the end. We had some fun. We had some music. Um, it was a Friday, and so all the adults were ready to we were ready to go. And shout out to Darius, who, I mean, we have parents lined up like, hey, can you let them know we're out here? We've got to go too. Darius had to kick out like 40 or 50 students from the gym that didn't want to go home, which is, I mean, y'all know that's like the ultimate compliment. They rather stay at Verve than go home. So um, yeah, and like I said, it ended on August 1st. We had 21 companies show up. We have two new corporate partners this year, Intercon Security and Whittier Trust. Both are out near the Pasadena area. So there were two of the 21. About 130 students showed up to interview, which is cool. The majority of those are the freshmen that I mentioned, but we had at least another 30 to 40. Hey, coach, we had another 30 to 40 10th and 11th and 12th graders show up too for jobs. So yeah, Verb summer readiness, my real success, 2 weeks, not long, but we made those days count.
All right.
That's fantastic.
It's good stuff,
Can I
man.
ask a question real quick?
Absolutely, Teddy.
How many of the 95 were ninth graders coming in?
Probably close to 87 or 88. I think we've got about 7 transfers.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but
That's a
that's
good number though. Good
more or
percentage.
less. Yeah, we're looking at about probably a class close to 90, an incoming class of about 90, which will put us right around the 300, Teddy, like in terms of student body.
And is that an increase from previous, like recent years, maybe the last 5 years?
I would say it's ballpark where we've been at. I would say it's probably an increase from a little bit before the pandemic. I want to say like 2017, where we probably hit like the 280s, 290s, but we've been right around 300. I think last year we might have started closer to 310. But to be frank with you, I mean, there's still, I mean, we had a student yesterday that transferred out, right? So you
Mm,
kind of don't know where those things land until they land.
got it.
But we also had some last minute additions as well on campus. And Darius can maybe speak to some of those additions. We had great additions, and we were flexible. We accommodated the summer program to make sure we made it work. So yeah, we're right. We'll be right around 300, Teddy, with an
Fantastic.
incoming class of about 90. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
I'll give you all a quick snapshot of work study. We're going to start the year with about 70 companies. About 81% of the students will have jobs to start the year. Um, about 85% of the companies from last year renewed to be partners this year, but we lost 10 companies, which result in about 30 placements um, getting lost in there. And so, I mean, you all know it, it's been a tough market between the fires,
Mhm.
the tariffs, budgets, DEI stuff. I lost a partner back in February that said, "Hey, I don't want the extra attention right now. Things are a little bit tough. We've got a ton of government contracts." They paused the program in February, March.
Mhm.
And so it's been rough. I lost 2 companies that had given me a verbal yes. And then they said, "Hey, we actually ended up using a lot of those funds to help our employees who were impacted by the fires."
Mhm.
Totally understandable, right? And so yeah, so we took a bit of a hit with jobs. So right now, what we're doing, I mean, still the large majority are working, and really those that aren't working are the freshmen. All the seniors, juniors, and sophomores are working. We've got about 50 freshmen who will still need jobs for. But in the meantime, we're partnering with WLCAC. We did this last year for a smaller group, but the students will get some math classes because I mean, let's face it, most of the students coming in could use some extra time in math. They'll have some soft skills that they'll be building. But WLCAC actually helped us out with an art program, and they were doing different art projects. There, they were even learning how to use I forget the machines to like make your own T-shirts and some glass art. I mean, I don't have the verbiage to describe all they were doing, but they have the space, they have the programs, they have the instructors, and so we were able to build a nice partnership last year. So I have a meeting with them on Tuesday to iron this out. But it's nice to collaborate with WLC, especially since they're right next door, and so now we don't have to spend on transportation. We can just walk the boys over um, and do our thing. So that's a little snapshot of work study. Again, things are looking a lot better than coming out of the pandemic, but just given the market and given the economy, it did get a little turbulent going into this upcoming year. But the good thing is there's only really some of the freshmen that won't be going out to work yet. Um, and to be frank with you, most of the parents of those freshmen, they're okay that the student isn't going to work right off the bat. They tend to be okay with having them some time to transition. And you all know this, right? Like for someone, it's a culture shock. Never been, some of them haven't been to Catholic school before, right? So that's something new, right? Obviously, it's high school. It's all boys. So there's a lot of new for a lot of the students. So to add a corporate internship on top of that, so parents generally are like, we get it, Mr. Jovel. When you guys have a job for him, he'll be ready, and we'll go from there. So we don't expect to lose any students because they don't have a job lined up. We haven't the last few years, so we try to make sure though that that Monday that they would go to work is worth their while, and that's part of the partnership here with our neighbors next door. Any questions on work study? All right, we're gonna go over to
Jesse,
yes,
this is Keith. This is Keith. I got a question.
yes.
Um, in what you just mentioned about some group of freshmen, a percentage of freshmen that aren't
Mhm.
uh, placed, what is your retention percentage from freshman to sophomore? I guess we were talking about enrollment prior to that. Are you seeing a dip, freshmen checking out or going somewhere else, or at semester at the end of the year? And what's our retention from freshman to sophomore? Or if you've got those numbers, or
I don't
roughly.
have it off the top of my head, coach, but I can get you that number. What I can tell you though is that that is of all the bridges of between grade levels, that's normally the cliff that is where we lose the most, I would say. That freshman to sophomore year. You don't lose a lot. 11th going to 12th or 10th going to 11th, but ninth going to 10th. And some of it we hear it all the time, right? I really want my son to come here, and I told him to give me a year, right? I told him to give me a year before they go to that school, the co-ed school, the public school, or another school with another program that they're really excited about. So, but Coach Keith, I can get you that number. We have it. I just don't have it at my fingertips.
Okay, I mean, maybe we can help with that. I mean, maybe we can come up with some strategies to kind of, convince them, whether it's parents or kids, or if we've got some people that are disenchanted after their freshman year with what's going on, we can at least find something out as, or try to find out, when you're doing an exit interview or something, just to kind of find out what the solutions are so we can solve them.
I love that, Coach. And one of the things we were in a meeting yesterday, we were talking about moving re-enrollment up. So like re-enrollment happens right after school ends. And we were exploring, could we move that date up to just have a little bit stronger data before that? Because once you hit the summer, I mean, you may be able to get them, you may not. They still need to obviously connect with the school to get transcripts and all these things. But to your point, coach, like having that conversation before that decision's made is a lot easier to talk a kid off a cliff versus when they've already sort of made their decision. They've already told their buddies, they whatever. So I appreciate that, coach.
Hey, Jesse, just to kind of piggyback on it, just an idea,
No.
because what Keith, that question was a great question. Um, it might be a good idea for us to maybe try and plan like some type of I don't know, we could probably do it on campus, but like an alumni kind of gathering, right? Just with the freshmen,
Mm.
just targeting the freshmen, maybe mid-year, right? Maybe after the Christmas break or something, just get guys to come to the school, maybe pick a Saturday and kind of do like what you guys did with Andre there, but just have just kind of really target and get all of us collectively just to show up, and the freshmen show up, and maybe we do a food thing or whatever, we can pitch in and maybe pay Keith to smoke some meat or whatever,
No.
but just get the freshmen there for a day and we just hang with them and just kind of just chop it up. I mean, we can do fun stuff, plan
Mm.
some fun stuff with them, but just kind of create like a chill Saturday, you know what I mean? And let them be like, who's these grown dudes up here?
Yeah.
Some of us got classic rides and stuff like that. I ride a Harley and all that. Maybe we do all that, right? But maybe something like that to kind of just do some bridge gapping. Um, you know, new school kids learning some old school values type of deal. So just something to think about because that would be a way for the alumni kind of infuse and kind of help them realize that, damn, them dudes went through it. Hold up, man.
Yeah, and they're still connected, right? Like, dang.
Right.
So this
That part.
is,
That part right
yeah,
there.
that's
Right.
a
Hey,
that's a great idea. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
that,
Dennis.
that it might be a lure to draw them into the culture now, right? The legacy now. And say, well, shoot, it might be my turn. Hold on a second, then all kind of stuff can happen out of that. My experience been whenever you can, and this just from coaching part one, and whenever you get an opportunity to spend time with a kid and you make a good quality of that time, it has an impact on them. So just something to think about. Maybe we might be able to um, help curve that trend of freshman to sophomore transition.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, man.
I love it. That's a great idea.
Yeah. I just want to add, I think what we're all getting to is just ensuring that we provide these guys with an experience that they won't forget, something memorable.
Right.
And I think that's what's gonna like that is part of the culture. Changing those things is gonna keep students wanting to be at Verb. And unfortunately, I don't think a lot of the guys have been able to have those type of experiences as of late. But I definitely see those changes coming. I think like the Brotherhood Day field day that we had that Jovel was speaking on a few Fridays ago at the end of summer readiness, like that's the day that they're going to talk about for a very long time. So I just continuing to add those type of days and experiences, especially at the age of 14, 15, very impressionable. So yeah, I completely agree with Keith. Harold, great ideas, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, that Brotherhood Day is it then, right? Let's just move. Let's just schedule one for.
I think it's like a part two, Edison, because one of the things I like about your suggestion is, over the summer they still don't know, right? But if it's second semester freshman year, they've had some months under their belt. Some of them have
Yeah.
probably played some competition. They got to throw on the Verb jersey. They got to sort of, sweat a little bit. And so the context I think will help. And then also in terms of admissions, that's normally right around the time where they start to think and wonder, right? That March, April, they start to kind of flirt with, should I stay? Should I go? So I appreciate you guys offering something that would be both, I think, incredible for the alumni, but also helpful for the school with retention of the students. I'll never forget when we all got together last February. You guys remember those two moms that were helping out in the back with food?
Mm-hmm.
They both were like, "Man, I wish." They go, "I don't know what they're saying," because they're Spanish speakers. Said, "But I wish my son was here to see this."
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
both of them told me that. They're like, "Man, you could tell they love this place." I wish he goes, "I don't know, I don't understand, but I wish my son was here to see this because wow, it's crazy to see all these grown men love this place so much." Um, I was like, "Well, if you only knew what they were saying, then you'd be laughing on top of feeling that way." So,
You know,
um,
you know what's awesome about that? The fact that they didn't know what we were saying and they could
yeah,
still understand the language.
yeah, yeah, straight up. I was, I was like, man, that's really special.
That's powerful.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, well, we really wanted alcohol here and want to have some good time, so we had to keep it alumni only. And she just, she kind of laughed. Um, Darius, you okay if I keep going here and then we end with you and athletics? Is that
For sure.
okay?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to talk about a couple things. Campus upgrades, new paint job. Edison, I don't know if you've been on campus the last couple weeks. But if you haven't, you'll see that we've added some color to the campus.
Okay.
Senior Square got a touch up as well. Our football field got. I know the coaches have done a good job of uploading some content also, but there's a lot of good stuff happening on campus. New windows throughout the front office. The center, which is sort of the old library, still getting worked on. But the campus upgrades are going. So if you're on campus, near campus, swing by and yeah, check it out.
Okay.
We've got a couple of events I wanted to share with you all, just so that you see some of the things we're doing behind the scenes. Uh, we had a young alumni, class of 23, reach out and said, "Hey, I'm a barber. I cut hair. I'd love to help and give back." And that spiraled into a couple other younger alumni saying, "Hey, I also cut hair and I'm a barber. Here's my Instagram. Here's my information." So we got about 5 to 6 of them to come in on Wednesday to give $10 haircuts to the students. Any Verb student or their younger brother can come through on Wednesday. They just have to sign up in RSVP and get an affordable haircut. We thought it'd be a good way to help families that are carrying a lot of expenses right now, and also just build community. I can tell you also, I've talked to Darius about this. I really want to blow this event up next year. Right now, we're sort of keeping it low key. We'll use the athletic near the athletic area. We're tight for space right now, so we'll use a space there to get the boys a nice haircut so they can be fresh when they start their first day of school. But yeah, this came from some of the younger alumni who are, kicking their little careers off as barbers and doing their thing, and they're like, we want to give back. So um, that was real special. That was real cool. We got about 25 families right now. I'm gonna send out a reminder on Monday, and we'll probably fill up all the slots then. So that's something real nice. Now we have a group of alumni who are still in their college years between the college years, and so on Friday the 15th, our alumni advisor Mark Palmer, who's class of 2016, I want to say, he's doing a little event for those that are in college, who are about to go back to school. Um, we're going to host them on campus, do a little small send off just to keep the encouragement going. I know Coach Keith just asked about our retention with ninth graders, right? But then there's the retention of our alumni in college, right? Who's dealing with financial aid, who's dealing with grades, missing home. I mean, you name it, right? So we also want those cats to feel the love, feel the support, and just get a boost of energy before they get on the plane and head back to school, or just get ready for finishing off college. So we're going to host them on campus on the 15th for some tacos and just a nice check-in. So those are two things that we're doing the next week for our brothers, that we hope lands well. Darius, I know you've had some
Okay,
athletics. So I'll,
for
I'll
sure.
pass the mic over to you, boss.
For sure, appreciate it. So I'm not sure all of who knows, but so this season for football, we're gonna have a condensed schedule. We're gonna play 6 games starting in the mid of September. I want to say the 19th is the first game. We haven't released the schedule yet publicly. I think Coach Gary wants to kind of make it a thing. Want to get everybody excited about it, which I'm all for. I'm definitely with that. I also want to note that we have a home game at Verb, homecoming game, October 24th at Verb. So we're going to make sure we make that back to the experience component that we talked about earlier. We want to make sure that we create an experience and an environment that people are going to remember. This will be our first time really inviting a wide variety of people, the public, to our campus since commitment day earlier in May this year. And now that we have all of these new touch ups, the paint job, the field, scoreboard, et cetera, we want to make sure that we really make this a big thing. We're going to encourage admissions uh, to invite really all of the middle schools, our feeder schools. Like we want to invite as many people to campus for this game and for this event in totality. Recently been talking to DeAnthony about getting St. Mary's up there, so we're still, trying to iron out the details on how we can make this happen. But we want to make this a hell of a day for everybody. And definitely want to make sure I have an alumni section for you guys. So y'all can have your own area to support the team, support Gary. Gary, do you want to share about the schedule when you plan on releasing it or anything like that?
Yeah, thanks for this time. Next week, we're actually putting a video together. We're missing some content, but once we get the content all settled in, we'll share it with Darius, and then he can share it with the administration. And then once we get the final approval and whatever additions we need to add or subtractions we need to take away, then we'll go ahead and try to get this thing out by Thursday, okay, of next week. Okay.
For sure. For sure. Um, the other thing I want to mention, just the stuff that's happening around campus, that involves athletics. Yesterday, well, the past couple of days, we've been collabing with the Big Three, Ice Cube's basketball league. So Thursday night, they took our basketball team out to dinner, along with some of the coaches, myself and Father Travis. It was really nice. Ice Cube showed up, took pictures with the guys. We have some content. I plan on posting it sometime next week. They're actually so yesterday Thursday they did the dinner. Yesterday we had the Big Three Youth Clinic at Verb. Got some content then. It was really nice. I want to say we had approximately about 100 kids up there, including our actual team They had the players on the team coaching at Verb for this youth clinic. Plenty of content. Again, it was a really great experience, really for everybody, for our guys, for the kids within the community. Everybody had fun. And then today, our guys are actually going to play on the court at Intuit Dome. I think during halftime or during the timeout sessions. You know how they kind of do it at Staples and in the NBA. So that'll be exciting for the guys. They're having a blast. I'm really excited for them. So they'll be playing on the floor today in between games or halftime, and then also they were given tickets to go to the game, etc. They also gave tickets to the entire faculty and staff, whoever wanted to ask for some tickets. So it was great to just partner with them. Really great opportunity for our guys to get some exposure, have some fun, especially as we wind down this summer. So that's something I'm quite proud about. They also gave a little donation this year. Now next year I'm gonna look for a little more for sure. It's gonna be a bigger ticket if they're gonna come back. But yeah, it was great just for everybody to get the experience. So that was something I'm really proud about for our team, but really just for the school in general, collabing with folks.
It's excellent.
And man, that's incredible, Darius.
For sure, man. I'm happy about it. I'm proud of our guys and just
Incredible.
excited for them. Y'all should have seen their faces. And like I said, we got some content, so I'll be sure to post it. I'll be
Yeah,
sure to post it.
Great.
yeah. Make sure you do that, man.
And then the last thing I wanted to mention, as far as athletics, I just kind of wanted to probe and kind of get an idea, possibly some quick feedback. I believe we talked about it briefly in the past, but summer 26, the idea of a golf tournament where we have alumni present, we have corporate partners present, we have donors present. Um, Obviously, it'll be a all hands on deck type of event, but I just kind of wanted to rethrow the idea out there just to kind of see what other guys were thinking. Again, definitely want to have the alumni involved, and I think this could be a grand opportunity for the entire school.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, great idea.
Okay.
Absolutely. And
We have
Darius,
a lot of alumni who actually golf. We have some alumni who are trainers. I mean, we can really blow it up, and we're all connected through the LA Catholic School alumni. Keith Alex is one of the, I think, founders of that group, the one who really spearheads the whole gathering and engagement. So I'm pretty
Sure.
sure we can have a lot of support from various schools and various alumni, and not
Okay.
just alumni from Verb, but from other schools also.
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
just,
dope. We want
just
to make it big.
there's one Verb alumni that we definitely got to get in touch with. His name's Charles Womack.
Yeah.
All right, Charles
Okay.
Womack is a PGA certified trainer, and
Oh,
he trained he trained me and a whole bunch of other brothers.
that's what's up.
He's good.
Okay.
He gave me 10 balls, I hit two. And then in 5 minutes he says, Harold, this ain't football. You can't run through the ball. Slow down. And next thing I know, I hit 8 out of 10. He showed me some stuff, and I'm like, okay, so Charles Womack, I'll make sure you get his contact, Darius.
Okay, yeah,
You
and
talk to him
we'll build
directly.
a committee and the whole thing. But I just wanted to throw that out there, get guys excited. I think this is something. I know there was a time where we had an annual golf tournament. I think it ran for about 15, maybe 20 years. I saw some old photos and looked in the old archives, like the alumni newsletter from the past. And yeah, that would be something great if we could, bring that back and make that, bring it back starting in 26. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Good stuff, man.
That's all I had really for athletics. Coach Gary, you had anything else you wanted to add just from the football component?
Yeah, just again, thanks again for the space. For those who have been on campus or have seen social media, you see that the field is in progress of being amazing, right? And so with that, I know there are a few items we still need, like the padding along the gate, the fence. Um, we talked about the new padding along the goalposts,
Mhm.
those type of things. And so with that, we want to solicit, you guys to be a part of that project if possible, right? I'm not sure what the total estimated cost will be, but it will be good if we can, have some alumni come and support us and the school with help. getting those paddings along the gate. I know Father Travis have big pockets, and Mr. Jesse Jovel got big pockets over there, but a little assist would help, right? My idea is to possibly have sponsors, right? Put their logo on the padding, sponsor pad or something like that. Other than that, guys, things are running smooth. We're in helmets and shoulder pads right now. And so we actually transitioned to St. Philip Neri Tuesdays and Thursdays, utilizing two vans to be able to work on grass. Monday and Wednesday, we're on campus. Just working on the blacktop, technique work, things of that nature. So with that, man, I'm excited. We average about 25 kids. I think we have 25 on the roster. Once school starts, I'm hoping that we'll, get five more to reach our total of 30. Okay, so we're making great progress. Again, I'm excited for what we're doing here. So continue to support us. Also, what was that? Oh, this week's schedule is different. Friday, we have a scrimmage game at Jefferson. Okay, scrimmage
What
game at
time?
Jefferson, 5 o'clock
Okay.
at Jefferson High School at 5 o'clock. Okay, so we will be at Nickerson. I'm not. No, let me not quote you. Are we at Nickerson this week, Darius? Or
We're practicing at the Nickerson Gardens on the Rams football field starting this week, starting Monday.
Starting
I was
Monday,
gonna
guys.
call you afterwards and tell you, but yeah, we can.
Because Coach Keith just pointed at me right there. He said schedule change. But yeah, we'll be in the Nickersons, guys, this week, getting some work this week in preparation for Friday's scrimmage game. All right. So any suggestions, comments, recommendations, guys, feel free to hit me up, call me. Again, we're here on Saturdays, building community, right? Keeping the gates open, right? Pancakes outside. The kids enjoy it, the parents are here. We say here there's a donation, but if you don't have it, the goal is to build community, right? To build community, connect with the parents. We got kids running around here today, and so it looks good, right? We got a barbecue pit out there. And we got a barbecue pit out there, Coach Keith said. So, yeah.
Hey, on that note, Coach Gary, Keith Johnson said reach out to him.
Okay.
He needs some paperwork from you.
Okay.
To line up the meals for your pregame stuff for the season.
Got it. Perfect. I'll work with also fill in.
He also wants to follow with you on what we talked about as far as like starting January for the Pop Warner teams to come up and start getting on campus to do Saturday workouts.
Got it.
That's huge, man.
We'll do. But that's all I have, gentlemen, this week. So
sure. Is that Rich Davis?
Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work.
Yes, sir. That's Daddy Rich.
Yeah.
What up,
yeah,
y'all?
there you go. What up, 79 in the house.
I see you, boy.
Yeah, there's somebody from the 70s.
They're not representing. Huh? Is that what you said? Yeah, but anyway.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, it might be great to it just seems like that's a dream to be able to have practice in Nickerson Garden, in the Rams field. It'd be great, like after this experience, that we show our appreciation, for the kids in Nickerson Garden and the community, and also the Rams. Now, is Jonathan Franklin involved for the Rams at all? Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, to an extent, we've had conversations.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we could talk more about that later on. But yeah, we've had some conversations.
Yeah, it could be some type of recognition, like to really solidify that relationship and our appreciation for it.
Yeah, we've been working with them for a little while. Jonathan Franklin, Mark May, who runs the Ross Rams, and then Molly Higgins, who I believe she kind of supervises the whole community relations for the Rams.
Perfect.
We've been working with them for a while. They're actually helping us to hopefully secure this grant with the NFL, a matching grant. So yeah, let's put some prayers in the air about that one. That'd be about a $500,000 ticket that we would definitely love to use.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I'm thinking, man, like if we were to do like an annual ball at Verb, that would be the perfect venue to recognize individuals like that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like some type of ball where we can bring in the sponsors, you bring in your donors, and you recognize them in those moments. I think it'll go a long way.
That's something. So we do have that. We have the gala.
Okay.
But that's something I'm more than willing to talk to Mission Advancement about. Just to be like, hey, who are you recognizing this year? Who are you honoring?
Absolutely.
And, is there any space where we can, make an addition or something like that? So I like the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teddy, you'll be happy to know Jonathan Franklin was our speaker at Career Day this past year. I
Oh,
was
beautiful.
sharing footage with Harold when it was happening, and
I love it.
through our partnership with him, 5 of our students got hired last year during the season to work with the guest services team out at SoFi.
Okay.
So he's been good to us. So I think he's going to continue to show some love.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. He reached out to me when I was at Culver City. They did their first camp on our field, and it really began to bring the community together because the Rams are like, we got to get back into this community before the Chargers start doing their thing. He was out in front of that messaging, and it really worked out. So I'm glad to hear that he's involved.
So
Yeah.
Jay, so John Franklin, just so y'all know, played at UCLA with Justin.
That's
So,
big.
so we got deep history. Like, Jonathan, what's up with that practice run you made right there, dog? And then now it's like, what's up, Pop? So it's all good. So that's good to see him doing his thing in the hood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keith, did you mention that with Teddy?
Oh,
One more thing, guys.
Yeah.
So sorry. So sorry.
No, go ahead, Coach.
Let me get off mute. Can you hear me?
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
no.
We can hear you, Coach, but I think we can hear
Okay,
you.
real quick. I'm gonna throw Teddy under the bus a little bit, just slightly. Teddy did a documentary for our 40th anniversary that we did over at the USC Hotel. It's on YouTube, Teddy, right now,
I
or
think so. Yeah. It's basically a slideshow with some voiceovers. So yeah.
but at least it gives a 40-year history that he documented and put in a lot of work on. And it could be part of maybe an orientation or some part of the weekend where, some of our kids don't understand the history. They've been told, okay, been brushed over, but they've got some visualization of it. And if he's willing to do it and be a part of it, you know what I mean, for our kids and maybe for a weekend or whether it's alumni presenting or what have you. But at least it gives them some kind of historic, even the parents. It definitely is done well. And people still talking about it. And I think, man, was that 15, 20 years ago, 15 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he did a lot of work, man. It was a lot, but man, people were very emotional after it. I mean, it's a great piece of work that he's done. So I'm throwing him on the bus, see if he can put that together, and maybe we can use that, maybe for some
Absolutely.
retention,
Yeah.
or some historic issues for our freshmen.
I love it. Yeah.
Coach Keith, I kind of missed the first part. Where could we find this, or where does it live?
I have it on. I think it's on YouTube, but I do have
Okay.
I have the actual footage on my computer. I can definitely load it and send it over to you. I got to find some of it. I had interviews with Lalo, had interviews with Coach Pete, Lewis Brown. You guys probably not familiar with him. He graduated in '73.
Lewis Brown went to St. Albert with me.
Yeah,
Well,
Lewis Brown was a legend. Two-time CIF Player of the Year. I ended up, meeting him after a New York Times article was written that he was homeless. So I ended up going to Hollywood, finding him, interviewed him. He said, "I'm not going to do this for anybody else, but I'll do it for Verb Brother." So I got him on video. He passed away about 3 months later. So I ended up giving the video to the parents. His mom, I think his mom and dad were still living at the time, but I gave it to his sister. He gave it to the family. Um, so there are things that we can do to bring it together. I know Lewis Eddington was putting together a documentary. He has some footage, but I can send you over what I have. I just got to go into my older archives to give you the footage because I think the one on YouTube has like a disclaimer or something on top of it. I have it superimposed so that people won't just snatch it.
What's the name of the title on YouTube?
I don't know. I mean, I got to send it to you. I think it's like Verb History or something like that. But I'll look at my computer and I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, if you guys could put it in front of Darius and I, that way he and I could enjoy it and then start like imagining like where would be a strategic good place to put it with students. Because I'm thinking about a couple of places like even in our theology classes, there's a unit that I know that teacher's doing and it's all about Watts.
Mm.
And in fact, they did a walking tour. They were walking different parts of the community. I'm even wondering, could we embed that into that unit in that class? So, yeah, if you guys could put it in front of us, that would be, I think that'd be a good next step, and then we'll see where we can take that.
Yeah, I'll definitely get it over to you.
All right. Well, fellas, that's all we have on our end in terms of like updates and things we wanted to share. It's good to see everybody. Unless there's any other questions, though, I think we're good on our end.
Nothing else here.
Coach, I'm
School
in that number, by the way.
When school starts.
school starts 18th, correct?
18th. Yep.
18th. Okay. Awesome. Great. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go back outside to continue building community. It looks beautiful up here, guys. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Fantastic. Have a good one, brothers. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.
God bless, man. Great
Everybody
job.
be good.